Okay. And then on the guidance, I was telling Baxter, where I'm so sedated, I may not be straight here, but the guidance, we say that for 2009, 60 to 63, but we're at 63 year to date, or 63 plus. We'd have to be under 57 in the second half, and I can't imagine how we could get to the lower part of that range. We'd also have to be at 17-something million tons, so Baxter and I have agreed several times that the previous estimate for 09 would be tightened up, and it's not tightened up in this letter.
Yeah, I think we tightened it up about 3 hours after I sent this draft to you, sir.
So he's still working for the Wednesday draft?
I don't know. I asked Sandra to be sure that before I started reading this thing one word at a time and finding words like week versus week, that it be as close to right as it could be before I read it, because I obviously don't want to have to read it too many times. I don't want to be the proofreader. I want to be the guy that proves the release,
Right.
Certainly.
So what do we need to do there,
Well, I have the updated guidance recommendations from Eric now that I didn't have at the time that this draft was
yeah, let's get those. What we need to do is get those to Don. You've got them in your work somewhere, Don. Eric sent them out. Just a separate note on it. We need to get Roger. You just get those to him so he can look at them.
I just don't understand the formality and the academics. If you got something 100 foot down the hall from you, and all it is a table, you flip it up there and throw it in there and send it. I'm just chastising you, son. Roger, put it in there. You don't have to rewrite the entire letter to put the different numbers in there.
No, certainly, sir.
Okay. But there, I was trying to help him, wasn't I, Bax?
Yes, sir. I don't have that sheet in front of me.
Let me just say that, what we'll do is we send something out on guidance, and then I respond that I think the guidance is bad. Then we correct the guidance, and then yet we still put the unadjusted guidance in the letter so that I have to read it again, and then I have to go back through being sure. We just need to we need to be quicker on our feet and get the guidance in there. But the other thing, just to be real picky about, is on the shipped tons, you take up two rows on 2010 and one on 2009, even though you don't need to, so there's no reason for it to look like that.
Right, I'll reformat that.
Okay. And on the other income, let me see what he says on other income. Other income so far this year, let's see if I can find it. No, they won't give you a year-to-date thing. You have to. Eric irritates me a lot, Baxter. But what is the year-to-date other income number?
It is 49.2 million.
All right. Now, you write that down, Roger. 49.2, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then right under it, the number that they're giving us for foundation, which is 24.5, right?
The number they're giving us for foundation.
The last number I recall was 23.
All right. Just add them together, Roger.
Okay. 49 and 25, 74.2.
What's your guidance?
Guidance on other income.
Top date at 80, as I recall.
Bottom out at 60. You got to lose $14 million on other income. I don't know why we do that to ourselves.
Right. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I've got the change guidance was 60 to 90 with the midpoint of 75 on other income.
Plus 49 plus 25?
74.2.
Sorry, so you're forecasting that you might have a $14 million loss on other income in the next 5 months?
No, the first half results were 49. And
if you're not kidding. You understand, Bex? You lost it. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Baxter not here?
Apparently not.
I don't know. Good to be back on the job, but I'm old. You already got 75. There's no sense forecasting the bottom of 60.
No, the first half results are 49. And the range that is now offered is 60 to 90, the midpoint of which...
You're missing it, Roger.
God, man,
yeah.
I'm telling you what, now.
All right, I
need to get off the call.
Yeah.
You don't want to I'm too sick to get upset, but if you had 125, would the bottom range be 80 then? I'm not sure. Do I need to back up, Roger, and go through it again, or are you following it?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not following what you're...
Our year-to-date other income right now is $75 million today.
No, year-to-date it's 49.
No, the year-to-date is today.
Oh,
today, Roger.
Okay.
What is today?
Okay, I'm sorry. You're right. I was just looking at the first half results.
Yeah. What I'm telling you is your finance department, which they're nuts, is giving you an estimate bottom $15 million below the number.
I gotcha.
Now, I've probably got $100 million of other income in the works in the second half.
I gotcha. Okay.
The number is more likely to be $150 million than it is 60.
I understand now. I see where you're coming from. I'll work that through with Eric.
But I'm not meaning to be tossing with you, but I'm aggravated, Baxter, as you know, the guys over there, they shouldn't give him ranges that are $15 million, unless they've got some loss they're expecting. I don't know if we settled Duke for $5 million, for example, where it would go. But if you go all the way back to when the guidance first comes out, I mean, they're not guiding, they're just putting down numbers. But they shouldn't guide to a number $15 million less than you have year to date, unless they have something that they think they're going to do that's a loss. I don't know what that is. And what they provide, you ask them for unit statistics on the quarter, and they'll give you unit statistics on the quarter for the last 40 quarters. And then you have to go back and ask them for the resulting year-to-date unit statistics. Actually, you can help me on it. If they're going to give you Q2 unit statistics, they ought to give you Q2 and year-to-date unit statistics.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at these sheets, and they'll send you this earnings release with none of the sheets behind it, so you can't sit and look at it and reflect upon it. Because, I actually reflect upon what we're saying to the street. It's not just a bunch of words and whether week's week and stuff. It's actually what are we representing to the street. And we just need to put a little bit more thought into that. But I'm okay. I don't know what they think would be the other income, but Roger, the process ought to be that they need to give you the other income to date and the possibilities that are floating around out there one direction or another. I don't think the shovel sale will happen, I don't think, Baxter, but it's $10 million, and this trade with Consol could be $30 or $40 million, and there's a whole bunch of miscellaneous equipment around for sale, and then there's some stuff coming in from Harmon. I still don't think that the fact that we're probably going to get $1.5 million a quarter out of Alpha at Harmon is in the number. I just don't want to undersell the stock right now because it might be the currency that we're going to use. So that's the reason I'm a little more sensitive than I was, and I apologize if I'm grumpy about it.
No, I understand clearly what you're saying now. I didn't obviously at first, but I got you, and it makes sense.
Yeah, and it's not the specifics that I'm really trying to say. Baxter knows I'm trying to get our departments to do their role so that the rest of us are truly looking at the role rather than trying to do it for them.
Mm-hmm.
But with that, I guess I'll let y'all get to it. But the safety thing, I'll be interested. Let's make it positive too, Roger. If we
Certainly. Very well.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.